News Talk 1450 WOL is everywhere you are at WOLDCnews.com.
All right, everyone. Welcome back here on the Sea Island Morning Show. We have Mark Carter on the line. Mark Carter is on one of our lines. I tell you, all of our lines are just blowing out of proportion. Everybody wants something. Everybody want a prize today. But anyway, we have on the line, we're so excited, and we're also about to take, once we finish with Mark Carter, we're going to take our guest celebrity is on the phone. But Mark Carter, I want you to tell us all about, well, first of all, tell me what you're calling in here for so I can talk about Salon Metro Pro or Metro Salon Pro. Okay, I'm sorry. Talk to me, Mark Carter. Good morning.
Good morning. I am just so happy to have this opportunity to be on the Sea Island Morning Show. It's a great thing that you're doing. We need it. We need it for beauty culture in the D.C. metropolitan area and all over the states.
Okay. All right. So, Mark, now talk to us today. Now, you're calling on the show. Did you call to discuss one of the topics that we talked about in the past?
Well, yes, I did call to discuss one of the topics that you spoke about in the past, and it's something that is concerning a lot of cosmetologists, and that was the Wall Street Journal's article on Dominican salons.
Yes.
And how they're impacting the black salon community.
Yes, indeed. And I do want to discuss that, Mark. So let me tell you, we want to go. I think, did we lose Sam? Okay, so we'll wait for Sam to call back. Okay, so so what's going to happen is, so what is your take on that, Mark?
Well, basically, I've been detailing a lot of salons, and my take has been that I don't really feel as though it is having a significant impact. And one of the reasons being is because I've heard a lot of stories about hair damage.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard a lot of things about the fact that the technique that the Dominicans use is actually strenuous on the hair.
Exactly.
And even though a lot of people are trying to save money by cutting corners, because of the hair damage that they've already caused, they need professional stylists, in essence, to help them either reconstruct, rebuild, or basically to coat and condition the hair in its present state so that it can last longer and so that it can grow.
Exactly.
So that's my perspective on it. You need licensed professionals
to
assist in the process of hair care.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Mark Carter. On today on the Sea Island Morning Show, you have just won a gift pack of a Sea Island orange tea tree shampoo and conditioner. So please make sure this week you stop by the 700 Monroe Street location to pick up your Sea Island orange tea tree shampoo and conditioner. And thank you so much for calling in, Mark. All right, everyone, we're going to go directly to, we're so excited today on the Sea Island Morning Show to have guest, author, celebrity, guru to the stars, the one, the only, calling all the way from God knows what city he's in today, Mr. Sam Fine. Good morning, sir.
How are you, Mr. Bennett?
I am absolutely awesome. Well, Sam, before we start our conversation, just let me let you know that here on the Sea Island Morning Show, the Sea Island Morning Show has taken off really, really awesome because of great people like yourself. And basically, we have thousands of listeners. And when I mentioned on last week that you were calling, a lot of emails in my Gmail box was just crazy about all of these questions for Sam Fine. So I am just first excited and want to thank you for taking opportunity out your very busy schedule.
Oh, please. Thank you for having me. I support the people who support me, that being you and the Bennett Career Institute. And it's always a pleasure to speak with the people who really want more information about what we do.
Okay. Now, so Sam, let's go ahead and get started because, we have, you tell me when you got to go because, we can talk the whole hour. But,
okay.
but now, my first question is Vogue magazine says the go-to makeup master for women of color. Mm-hmm. So I want to know, how do you feel about that? Vogue magazine saying that Sam Fine is the go-to makeup master for women of color. Talk to me.
I mean, I've worked with Patti LaBelle and Tyra Banks and Iman and Aretha Franklin and Eartha Kitt and Gladys Knight and Queen Latifah and Monique. And so when Vogue says that you're the go-to guy, I mean, they're really saying what so many women have shown me already. The phone calls are letting me know that I'm the go-to guy for women of color. And I'm not the only one. I mean, there's Reggie Wells, there's Derek Rutledge, there's Morel Hollis, there's Valente Frazier. So all of us, I believe, have owned that phrase.
Okay. Now talk to us about, you have an awesome DVD that's out there, and I mean, I'm telling you, we only have just a couple left at the Bennett Career Institute. But tell us about The Basics of Beauty.
I did find beauty, the book, 13 years ago. And
it's time for another one. Go ahead.
I'm working on it. I'm working on that, and so much more. So writing about beauty is one thing, but as you know, having appeared at the Bennett Career Institute for many great appearances, there's nothing like watching it happen. There's nothing like understanding my technique and seeing me use 2 eyebrow pencils on eyebrows, or my contouring techniques, or how I layer bronzer and blush, and 3 real women, not models, different skin tones, different challenges. To be able to put that in a DVD with special features, a day in the life with me and Iman,
wow.
Some of the most commonly asked questions, a wonderful introduction to the DVD by Vanessa Williams. I mean, it's a really fun DVD, and being able to watch it happen will hopefully help aspiring artists as well as women to be more empowered and inspired to play with makeup, because that's what it is.
That's very good. Okay, so Sam, now one of the comments that were emailed to me was in reference to the other skin tones. Is it that you have focused your career just on doing African Americans, or do you do makeup on everyone?
Somebody asked me that the other day. I got an intern, and she's a fan, and she said to me, "Well, Sam, have you do you do white women?" And I said, "I started my career doing white women. You cannot be in this industry and not know how to do all skin tones." Okay. And the funny thing was, I worked with Nikki Taylor for CoverGirl long before I worked with Tyra. And I've done Brooke Shields and Bjork, and I've had Cosmo covers. I used to do Cosmo fashion inside all the time. I used to work with Scavullo constantly. I think what happened was my career working with women of color took off faster. When I was working with Naomi, when I was working with Iman, when I began working with Tyra, there's more of a need. To me, I feel so much more purpose doing what I do. So when I say that I work mainly with women of color, it's because I've dedicated my career to beautifying women of color, not because I can't beautify other women, not because it wasn't offered to me. I feel more purpose doing what I do. When I looked at Kevin Aquan's book and Bobby Brown's book, I knew that there needed to be a voice. And looking at the stable of black women that I worked with, it was only a natural step for me to do this. And when you look in the department stores, when you look in the drugstores, there still is not one black makeup artist with their name on a product. And you have Trish McEvoy, you have Bobby Brown, you have Francois Nars, you have Laura Mercier, and you still don't have a makeup artist of color. So I feel that I know that beauty is a very political issue, but for me, looking at what's behind the scenes is very important. So to be able to add a face and a voice to cosmetics for women of color has been what keeps me going. You've seen me in class. You know how passionate I am about beauty for women of color, and and I feel so much more purpose. I don't know if I would feel that way if I were working mainstream, if I were just doing everyone. And I think everyone has their strength, and you know, I definitely feel purpose in dedicating my career to women of color.
Absolutely wonderful. All right, Sam. Now, this is a question I want you to think about. We're going to have to take a commercial break.
Okay.
But we have been talking over the last couple of weeks in reference to dark skin tones and dark skin and models of darker complexion. So what I want to talk about when we come at the break is what is your take on a lot of makeup artists have said that it's so much harder to do darker complexions, and a lot of models have called into the show and said they can't find makeup for their complexions, and what are the things that they should do? All right, everyone, we have the guru in makeup artistry on the C. Allen Morning Show. Mr. Sam Fine is here with us today on the C. Allen Morning Show. So we're going to come right back after these questions, after these announcements, and so we can get back into Sam Fine, the basics of beauty, and how he's going to come back to the Bennett Career Institute. We will be right back.
$14.50 WOL, where information is power. The radio